This Raw Vision video is brought to you by Metro Solar, proud partner of the Richmond Football Club. G'day Tiger fans, welcome to Raw Vision, brought to you by Metro Solar, and we're back for another year in 2015. It's the spotlight on round one, of course, the Tigers and the Blues, traditional rivals to kick the season off at the MCG. And this year I'm joined by Brendon Lade, who's taken Danny Daly's spot. Lady, you're under the pump here, mate. He was very good last year, Danny.
Yeah, he's very good at that kind of stuff. I think a little bit more hair, a little bit better looking, so maybe I'll be a bit better.
He did wear the hat every episode last year. I didn't want to ask him what was going on underneath, but
you don't want to.
It's good to have you on board, mate. Let's get straight into it and have a look at the pre-season. One player that I've been impressed with is Dustin Martin. He looks to have elevated his game again, and if we have a look at his numbers here, 6 clearances. Does that mean he's playing in the guts a little bit more this year?
Yeah, he has been. Through the first couple of games, he's played a bit more midfield. He had a role last week against Swallow in the second half, and we thought he did it pretty well and won a few clearances against him. So for us at the moment, he's playing really well in the midfield, but he'll still be forward at times.
Still get down there and isolate him at times?
Yeah, hopefully he can kick some of those winning goals are going to be nice.
Like he did last year in this game, we look forward to that. Well, let's get straight into the team, and this time of year, always some new faces, and we've got 2 at this stage with Taylor Hunt and Camden McIntosh, and Hunt gets a second chance, and Camden's had to work pretty hard for his spot over the last few years.
Yeah, obviously Taylor, we got him as a listed free agent, so we're really excited to get him. He adds a different dimension to our midfield. He's an elite runner, can win some really good outside ball, can play inside as well, so he can do a bit of both. And Camden as well, he'll play through the wing. He's an elite runner, uses the ball really well. I dare say he'd be pretty nervous at this stage, but look, he's been pretty good in the pre-season and we're really happy where he's at.
It's a pretty good story too, because the last few years he's had plenty of injury concerns and he's had to work hard to get here.
Yeah, well, I think he's been here, this might be his 3rd or 4th year now, so I don't think he's got through a full season of footy in any of those years, so he's had a really good pre-season, touch wood, and hopefully that transfers over into games.
They've both got great running abilities, so we look forward to seeing that overlap on the G. Okay, let's have a look at a couple of the day-call matchups in this game, and obviously a key one for Richmond is the Riewoldt-Jamieson battle, and over the last 4 or 5 years they've had some pretty good ones.
Yeah, they have. It's funny because Jamieson will win one and Jack will win one, and it's been nice for Jack to win a couple this year. Jack's had some good success taking him up the ground and moving him around, and Jamieson's had some success as well by playing really tight on Jack. So that's a good matchup and something we need to work in our favour in our forward line. We
saw Jack get into a couple of centre bounces over the NAB Challenge. Any chance of that happening?
Yeah, there's a big chance of that happening. He's been pretty good. He tells me he's in for 3 and he won 1, so he's really happy with himself. But look, he's really competitive and it's good to have him in there. He's a bigger body and he's got a few little things he needs to work on, but he'll be a bit of a surprise in there.
He works pretty well on the ground, so it's not as silly as it sounds at times.
No, that's right, but like putting you in there.
Oh yeah, that would not have worked later, you know as well. Actually, you nearly killed me one day at Footy Park.
Yeah, I did try to.
We won't talk about that. The other day-call matchup that we're going to have a look at is obviously our captain, Trent Cotchin, and they've got a couple of guys who could run with him, but Carazzo may be the first option, and then Curnow, do you think?
Yeah, Carazzo's he's played on Cotchy before. Similar type players, really tough inside guys. Both run really well and hunt the ball really well. So, but if that didn't work, we'd expect Curnow to be another matchup he could get as well. Curnow's an elite runner and has nullified Koch before. So, we'll have some plans in place to help Cotchy out and hopefully get him in the game and keep him in the game.
And Koch ready to go. Only played 3/4 of one game in the NAB Challenge, but he looks pretty ripe out on the training track yesterday.
Yeah, I think it's his best pre-season since 2012 when he had his really good year. So we're looking forward to him, see what he can do on the G on Thursday night.
Will he go forward as well? You're still going to rotate him through there?
Yeah, he'll be forward as well. So trying to sneak a couple of goals out of him and Dusty would be handy.
Beautiful. The Blues have obviously lost Jared Wade over the summer to North Melbourne, but you have a look at their forward possibilities that could be down there, and there's still plenty of talent down there.
Yeah, they've got, they've obviously brought Jones in, they've got Casbolt, so they've got a few guys that are capable down in that area of the ground, Sam Rowe as well, but look, I think they'll cover there with some smalls and talls. Menzel's had a good pre-season, so for us it's whoever comes down there, we're just going to make sure we beat them.
Expect Henderson to play forward. I mean, he's a bit of a swing man, but I think they've talked that he may be forward more this year.
Yeah, he's played most of the pre-season as a forward. He went back a little bit when Jamieson got hurt last week. Also plays as a spare defender for him at times. So Look, we'll have some plans in place, whichever end of the ground he plays at.
When you play Carlton, you must always be nervous as a coaching staff about Chris Judd, and I reckon he looks fitter than he has done for 4 or 5 years, and he's had a really good summer. His metres gained, he's #1 at the club in the pre-season games. You've got to get a little bit worried about that.
I always worried about the great players of any team, and obviously Judd's been a great player for a long time, and yeah, he's getting older, but as you said, he looks probably the fittest he's looked for a while. He's won a lot of the ball, won a lot of clearances, and as you said, the metres gain's pretty high for him. So for us to make sure we always got pressure on him and trying to nullify his influence as much as we can, that'll go a long way.
At Richmond this year, do you have a key run with player, or do you just go head to head in the midfield, or do you have to have contingencies there for guys like Judd?
There'll be a little bit of both. At times we'll have run withs and at times we won't. Play gets on top, then we'll put someone to them, but we don't like to have a designated tagger in the side, so whether Taylor Hunt might do it for a while, Brendon Ellis played on Gibbs last year and did a really good job, so just be little things like that we might try here and there.
Well, Lade, how does the coaching staff feel at this stage? We know the players are nervous, especially the new players. What about the coaching staff? Do you still get nervous or not?
Definitely get nervous, but we've done, it's probably nearly 2 weeks of work now on Carlton, and we're ready to go, we're ready to play, and a bit sick of looking at the Carlton vision, to be honest. We're ready for the game, so bring on tomorrow night, and there'll be some nerves in the box, and see how we go early, and hopefully get a couple of goals and just hold that lead the whole game.
Well, the pace will be on. It'll be a quick game. Thanks for joining us, Lade.
No worries, mate.
Well, that's been the spotlight on round 1. We can't wait for it tomorrow night at the MCG 7:20 kickoff. We'll see you all there, Tiger fans.